It wouldn't be Into Tomorrow at CES without our first guest. We are always delighted that our first guest can not only kick off our annual broadcast each and every year, but the ability to have him on and generate that excitement, that early on excitement that leads us over the next 3 weeks worth of broadcasts is critical. And I'm talking, of course, about the president and CEO of CEA, the Consumer Electronics Association, Gary Shapiro, his own self. Hey, Gary, welcome Into Tomorrow. How are you?
I am terrific, Dave, and thank you. We couldn't start the show without you being here.
Well, thanks. But there's a whole lot of us press folks, and it's nice of you to single us out once in a while. We appreciate that. But you guys, as usual, have put together one heck of a show that we're about to dig into, and this is the first hour of 9 hours of broadcasts from CES. And I wanted to get your take. I mean, it hasn't even started yet by the time we're recording these interviews, but what are your initial thoughts on the kind of the eve of the start of the show this year?
Well, walking around both halls of the two big convention centers, the excitement is palpable. People are excited. This is the way to start off the year, with optimism, with hope. You see the technology there. You know there's a great future. Of course, our economy is struggling a little bit, but this industry has a great future, and we could see it here. We could see it in the innovation. We could see it in the excitement. Right in this room behind us, we just had several hundred press fill the room. Of course, you got here early.
Well, we had to set up, yeah.
Of course. But there's 70 different companies here showing some really exciting, new, great technologies. And you could see we're almost at the end of the beginning of the digital revolution. We're shifting.
Wait a minute. We're almost at the end of the beginning of the digital revolution. That speaks volumes.
We're still in digital infancy, and there's so much coming down the pike in the future. There's so much the technology is doing, whether it's in the car, and we have the president of General Motors coming to speak here, or in the home, and of course we have Bill Gates of Microsoft and the head of Intel and the head of Panasonic. We even have the head of Comcast speaking to show how gracious we are. We are, there are so many, 2,700 exhibitors filling 1.85 million net square feet of exhibit space, introducing some 20,000 new products here. And the stuff is just like, it's groundbreaking. I mean, it's not only bigger screens, there's a green focus here. We are showing products which use less energy, which are smarter, are better. The show itself is actually green. We're offsetting our carbon footprint. The largest event of any type to even attempt to do that, which is a cool thing.
And the fact that you've been able to do it so quickly. I mean, the real initiative was in this past year to make this happen so successfully, and it's happening.
And it is happening. It's a process. We're not totally there yet. We challenge our vendors that sell everything from the food to the carpet, and they rent it to us to say, look, let's recycle the carpet. Let's have the paper cups disposable and recyclable, and let's do things right. And it takes time. We're only, we're a certain percentage of the way there, not even half, honestly, but we're getting there, which is the important thing.
And of course, that also speaks to the whole industry itself, the consumer electronics industry that has been doing some enormous things over the past several years with all sorts of recycling efforts and things from computers to televisions and whatnot.
Absolutely. We obviously are affecting the environment. There's 25 products in the average American home, and that's grown dramatically. And they use energy, about 4% of the national energy. But what we're doing is they're becoming more efficient. Plus, they're saving a lot of trips to the movie rental store or to the movie theater, or even in terms of people teleworking. They don't have to go to the office every day. Our own employees, most of them spend about 1 day out of the office at home working. So they're saving some gasoline there. So we try to do what's right. We're a good industry. People are looking for the Energy Star label, things like that. The other big thing at the show is we have, essentially, 3 legs of the stool. We have the content community here for the first time in big. NBC Universal is here. Sony Pictures is here. All the stars are here. It's great. We have the distribution community, all the broadcasters, cable, satellite, wireless, power line, and of course we have the technology companies, and they're all converging here in Las Vegas. And it is exciting. It is positive. It is optimistic. It shows that we have a future as an industry, as a country. We're doing good things.
That's for sure. And you talk about the introduction of some 20,000 products at this year's show alone. CES has always been the place where innovation literally takes off. I mean, the DVD introduced here years ago, and we were here. And a lot of great products that people see only for the very first time at CES.
Absolutely. Whether it's HD TV or DVD or even the Xbox or the tablet PC, all started right here.
Where do you see this whole industry heading into tomorrow? Because there is so much excitement going on, and with everything, as you mentioned, converging here at CES, it seems like it is just the beginning of exciting times.
Well, that's why your show is so aptly named Into Tomorrow, because really it's astounding. The future is really coming at us very quickly. It sounds trite, but it is true. The things you can do now, you couldn't even conceive of 10 years ago. And now what we're seeing is, for example, in the car with locational navigational devices so popular, combining that with broadband internet. Imagine the services are going to be blossoming in the next few years. Yeah. You're driving along and you can learn about your environment. You can get, it's not only a matter of finding directions anymore. It's about sensing. It's about stuff that's appropriate to make your life better, everything customized for you. And sometimes it's to follow your passions, whether it's about people, technology, history, whatever you want. The world is your oyster with our technology.
And of course, one of the important elements of CEA is one of many things, but this one called digitalfreedom.org, which is something that is also helping us, and we thank you very publicly on a regular basis every week on the show to help support our troops as well. Currently, sending out pocket photo albums to some 1,000 troops in Iraq and Afghanistan and 7,500 Skype kits and so forth. Tell our audience real quick about Digital Freedom before we then take a break and start interviewing many of your exhibitors.
Absolutely. Digital Freedom is an initiative that's focused on the right of people. What our troops are fighting for, to be in their own homes and to use their technology in a way which makes sense for them. We don't support commercial piracy, but we certainly want people to be able to use our equipment to make their own content, to create their own content, and to manage it. We're also fighting here for the right of free trade, because free trade is important to getting technology, our technology around the world. It's important to us getting technology from elsewhere in the world here. It's another big thing. Two big issues. One is intellectual property freedom, and the other is free trade.
And of course, for this industry especially, there is so much going on that free trade is so critical. So by all means, write your congressmen and women and tell them, let's keep up this initiative here and not lose sight that the U.S. has so much to offer and to gain from other technologies.
Absolutely. We're the innovators here with HP, Apple, Google, Yahoo, eBay, Amazon, and a host of others. We're doing great as a country in technology. We need to keep going.
Well, Gary, as usual, thank you for helping kick off our broadcast, and especially our 13th season. Now we'll make way to speak to many of these exhibitors that are waiting to tell our audience and the rest of the world about these new products and exciting things here at CES.
Thank you, Dave, for communicating this to the world. You make our industry and our show great.
Well, thank you, sir. It's our pleasure. CESweb.org for more information, and CE.org. In addition to digitalfreedom.org, we'll have all the websites up when you visit our site at graveline.com or intotomorrow.com. We're back with more from the International Consumer Electronics Show. I'm Dave Graveline. This, the Advanced Media Network.